Welcome back, everybody. It's November the 20th. It's just starting to snow outside, so we're going to do a 2-haul in the garage. I figured the tops of these 2 boxes will work just fine as a bench. I won 2 small lots from online auctions. One is all Craftsman, and one is all Snap-on. We'll start with the Craftsman. Okay, this first lot up is 47 Craftsman wrenches. I paid $38.25 to the door. That includes shipping fees, taxes, everything. So obviously that's about 85 cents or so per wrench. If about half of them are good clean wrenches, which would be about 20, 22 wrenches, 23 wrenches, I think $38 for 23 wrenches would be a pretty good deal. So let's see what I got. Okay, starting off we have a 3/4 inch. Now this is something I don't consider to be in good condition as far as something I'd want to save. There's a lot of chrome loss and just overall very beat up. Still a usable wrench, just not something I want to save. On the other hand, this is something I do consider to be in good shape. Chrome is all there, no rust, no real heavy pitting, no heavy gouging or scratching. So this, to me, is a winner. Next up is a 5/8, very nice wrench. This is actually a 6-point, so that's always a bonus. And then we have a 15 by 17 millimeter flare nut wrench, very nice shape. And next up we have a 5/8 by 11/16 flare nut. This is the V series with no lines on the front. Oddly enough, this is our second 3/4 wrench, and it's about the same condition, maybe actually a hair better than the first one, but a little too far gone for me to consider a good wrench to keep. This is a good one. I like them anytime I can find them with the stickers on the back. That pretty much means that this one's barely ever been used, and probably never been used. This is a 13 by 15 box wrench, and that one has like the 15-degree offset. Next up is a 17 millimeter combination. This one's kind of borderline. I think I can clean this one up, and this would be a keeper. A lot of the surface rust where the finish is a bit more matte cleans up pretty good. It's, you can hit it with a wire wheel, and if you don't do it very hard, you don't really see where you went with the wire wheel. If you kind of keep it on there for a while, it will kind of burnish it and shine it up in those spots where it's not really that shiny. The rest of this, I think, is just dirt and grime. We have a 3/4 5/8 open-end wrench. We have a 7 millimeter by 9 millimeter regular offset, I guess I would call this. This is an old V series. 14 millimeter combination that'll clean up. A nice 5/8 by 3/4 open-end wrench. An 8 millimeter combination, a decent 1/2 inch. I'll be able to clean that one up. A 17 by 19 open end. This one does look like it has an owner's mark here where you can see two. Looks like it has an owner's mark right here. You see 2 little divots, but that one's pretty minor. I mean, you have to actually kind of look to see it. Here's a nice wrench I can see in the photos. It's a 16 by 18. I believe this is a professional, made in the USA. I think under this sticker, it probably says professional. It's a nice flare nut wrench. Here's an 11 millimeter. It has quite a bit of pitting on the panel. It's likely savable, but might have a few small pit marks when I'm done cleaning it. I see there's an Indestro in here. Not Craftsman, of course, but still pretty good wrench. Next up is a 16 mil combo. Nice condition. So far I am pleased with the results. The photos weren't bad, but you can never tell for sure in the photos what you're getting. Here's a 10 millimeter. This one's in pretty good shape. Needs a little cleanup, but these little marks here will come right out, and you won't even be able to see that if you use like a hand wire brush, that'll come out and you'll never know they were there just because of that matte finish. Kind of makes everything blend in. Here's a 1/2 inch. This one's kind of the same deal. Little bit of pitting. A little bit on the back side, but as long as it doesn't get into the panel itself where it's chromed, usually you can clean that up and you'll never know it was there. Here's a very nice 3/8 by 7/16 flare nut wrench. Another nice 13 by 14 millimeter flare nut. So we're already at like 20, 21 wrenches that are nice. I haven't been picking them out of the box a certain way. Here's one that is crappy. This is something that you could still use, but not something I want to have in my box. So that's something I'll put with the junkers. I'll probably lot those up and sell them really cheap. Next up is a 1/2 inch in good shape. This is one I won't save. The pitting's a little worse. It's a little bit into the chrome. It has initials on it. So that'll go into the scrap pile, we'll call it. A nice 3/8 by 7/16 open end. Here's a 3/8 by 7/16. Has a little bit of pitting and corrosion, but very savable, I believe. This is a stubby box end wrench. A nice 9mm. And if I haven't said it so far, everything out of this box has been US made. This is a fairly decent 13 by 15 open end. It does have initials on both ends of the open end. I'll usually resell all the wrenches that have heavy wear, pitting, initials. Wrenches like this one here. When it's actually missing, if I could focus on that thing. Come on. When it's actually missing pieces of the chrome finish, you know, there's no recovering from that. A miniature ignition wrench. Another one of these stubby 3/8 by 7/16. Quite a bit of chrome loss on the box end. On the back side of this box end, it's pretty flat, almost like someone ground it flat. Got a nice 3/8 by 7/16 open end. Got another ignition wrench. A nice 10 by 12mm flare nut. A nice 7mm combo. Another ignition wrench. A nice 3/8 combo. Got a small 1/4 by 5/16. This one's a little worn and beat up. Does have initials on one open end. It's still good enough to put with a set if you're missing this size. A light new 7/16. Very nice 3/8. A really nice 1/4 inch. It's always harder to find the smaller wrenches like this because most sets did not come with them, so you had to buy them individually. I have a very small ignition wrench, fairly pitted. Might throw it in my tumbler, see if I can save this one, but I won't keep my hopes up. Still not going to count that one towards the good. Just going to see if I can save it. Another nice 7/16. A fairly decent 10mm. And last one out of that box is going to go into the reject pile. 3/8 by 7/16, I believe. Open end. So if I don't count any of the ignition wrenches, even though some of these were in decent shape, if I don't count them at all, I'm coming up with 34 good wrenches. So basically I paid just over $1 a piece, and that's a very good price as far as I'm concerned. Okay, next lot up should be all Snap-on. It should be 31 pieces. I paid $152.95 to the door. So that's just about $5 per item. I'll be honest with you, I just opened the box and this is the first thing I saw. I was like, oh boy, this is not good. Because I bought these over a month ago, so I couldn't return them if I wanted to. But I did pop it open quick, and I do see it actually has tools in it. So I guess I got a free case with it. Okay, first thing out of the box is a stud remover. And it's kind of nice because they included the extra, I guess I don't know what you'd call it, extractor. I'm not sure, but of course it does different sizes. Each one does different sizes, so having both of them is nice. So pretty good start. Okay, I dug through and just grabbed what I found for 1/4 inch sockets. We got a 13mm shallow, looks like it's brand new, and then we have a 5/16 double square. Next out of the box is a 10-inch 1/4 inch drive extension and a 1/2 inch drive universal adapter. A 1/2 inch drive, a T45 long shank bit socket. Looks like I did miss a 1/4 inch drive 5/16 deep. And we'll go through all the deep 3/8 at once. We have 3/8, 7/16, 1/4 inch, and a 5/16. And then the 3/8 shallows, we have an E40 or E14 E-Torx. This is a 1/4 inch hex bit socket, but it's missing the bit. Then we have a 9mm 6-point. Next out of the box, we have a 3/8 universal. And then we have a vintage hard handle 3/8 drive ratchet. Doesn't sound terrible, but it definitely needs a cleaning. We have a large flat slotted tip driver. Have four Torx bit sockets. This one looks a little twisted. And we also have 4 hex bit sockets. Next we have a 15mm 3/8 drive semi-deep. Those are always nice to have. Then we have a 1/4 inch flexible extension. a 7/16 by 1/2 inch half moon obstruction wrench. The only 1/2 inch drive regular socket in there was a shallow 20 mil. And we have a 3/8 1 inch extension. And the last thing out of that box is going to be a 5/16 1/4 inch drive swivel. And if you ever look at the price of these swivels new, I swear they charge just as much for the 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive as they do for the 1/4 inch drive. That's going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.